2016. Well, let's come back home to Edo State and talk about the South-South Champion of Champions competition that took place last week in Benin. The finals was at the Samuel Ugbemudia Stadium, and it was between Insurance and Aqua Stellars. It was a wonderful competition from beginning to the end. It was 4 days of football, rag matters, and interestingly, some of the teams that participated in that competition are already doing well. Dynamite beating Yobe Desert Stars 8-1 in the round of 64 game, and JRTT moving ahead in Owerri after beating Aqua Starlight. So the dividends of that competition is already showing, all courtesy of Frot Group, sponsors of the competition. 1 million naira Insurance smiled home with, and the fan in Benin said this is the first time in the last 10 years that Insurance is seeing 1 million. Let's leave you with all the rag batters who were there, all the exclusive clips of what happened in that competition. Enjoy it. We'll see you next week. Bye bye and God bless.
A breath of fresh air and a new dawn in the horizon of Edo State in the South-South geopolitical zone was witnessed last week when 6 states FA Federation Cup champions from the South-South zone converged in Benin City, Edo State for the first ever edition of Frot Group Champion of Champions Tournament. Edo State FA Cup champions Ine Stars Go Round FC of River State, J Atete of Delta State, and Yenagua City FC of Bayelsa State were joined by Akwa Ibom State FA Cup runners-up Aqua Starlets, who stepped in for Aqua United after opting out due to league engagement. Delta Force of Asaba, Dynamite Force and Bendel Insurance of Benin were invited to make the 8-team tournament more robust and exciting. The 8 teams were paired in 2 groups of 4, where they play one another in a round-robin format, with only the 2 top teams guaranteed a place in the final for the grand prize of 1 million naira and 500,000 naira for the runners-up, courtesy of Frot Group. There were amazing results in the group games. At the end of 6 massive games in Group A, Aqua Starlets topped the table with 7 points, edging out Go Round FC, who also had 7 points on goal difference. In Group B, Bendel Insurance of Benin surprised all, finishing tops with 7 points, ahead of Delta Force, J Atete and Yenagua City FC. After the pre-match ceremony, both sides began hostilities with their minds firmly on the 1 million naira top prize money. Among dignitaries watching the match were Nigerian Football Federation President Amaju Pinnick, President of the South-South Zone and NFF Chairman Technical Committee Chris Green, President of Frot Group Frank Momoh, Edo State FA Chairman Frank Ilaboya, and a host of government functionaries and ex-internationals. The first half ended with both sides yet to find the back of the net, and in the second half, both teams continued searching for a breakthrough until Peter Iyamo broke the deadlock with a wonderful goal in the 73rd minute. It was all Bendel Insurance of Benin needed to be crowned winners of the Frot Group Champion of Champions Tournament. Awards and prizes were presented to deserving teams and individuals.
Thank you very much.
NFF President Amaju Pinnick was full of commendation for the Edo FA board led by Frank Ilaboya and the sponsor Frank Momoh of Frot Group for putting up a befitting tournament.
I am very privileged and proud to be the architect of the birth of this great union between 2 great entities. I always maintain that Edo State is a state I've always admired. I really want to appreciate Frot Group, and I also want to congratulate the South-South Group, because when they are going to be presenting the activity report from the various political zones in our next annual General Congress, we will have something very worthy to present. So we congratulate this group. I also want to call on other sponsors, other companies. It's not just taking from the society, it's giving to the society.
Others also spoke on the tournament.
I really appreciate them because it has been a long time things like this happen in the state, really. Because I've never noticed or taken anything. Even from FA Cup, anytime we play FA Cup, we always see sponsor. But I really appreciate this Frot Group that came up to say, okay, as a body, we want to take impact in Edo State football, to make this football, people remember Edo State, as since the team is not in Premier, because many people have forgotten each other because we are still in low division. So I did Frot Group came in this state to motivate the state to have this club. I can see now everywhere is so excited about this Frot Group because everybody are surprised about the morning show, so and the rest. So I really appreciate the Frot Group.
Well, I'm very happy. I'm highly elated because because corporate Nigeria, private individuals, corporate bodies have started identifying very seriously with football at this level. I'm not talking at the national level, at the state level. It's worthy of emulation, it's worthy of commendation. I want to thank them and I want God to continue to bless them.
I think for the very first time, I think it's a very great thing for the Edo State FA to organize Champions of Champions because over the 8 years, I think it has never happened, and I think it's a great thing. I just think they should make it more better than what we've done today. And I think it's a great thing for bringing the ex-international in Edo State and 1 or 2 persons from outside. I think they did a great thing.
Well, during my set and during my time, I didn't have the opportunity to play a tournament like this, but I played other tournaments in stadium and all other places in Benin. I think football is progressing for them to bring it down to our city, and it's a privilege for me to be one of the guests today to present 1 or 2 things to the players. I just want to say I'm excited being here.
Elated president of Frot Group, Frank Momoh, stated in his company's willingness to keep sponsoring the Frot Group Champion of Champions tournament.
It's been a long time since Edo State experienced this kind of excitement, and this is further encouraging our participation in promoting a good football. And I'm going to call upon my fellow private sector players to emulate what we are doing, Frot Group, to emulate what Frot Group is doing in promoting sports. For us, we have chosen football and other sports. We are coming upon the private sector to assist the government to improve our sports.
So Kenya Insurance, champions of the Football Association.